up, did ya?
Someone's behind me. I'm going to be a star on YouTube, am I? Oh dear. I'll see how bad I am. So these, we've got our loco shed next door. Here we've got our pit area where we can get under the trains, and we'll go down and have a look in a second under there. We've got a few storage sheds, for storage rows here. We've also got another storage shed further around. So that gives us 16 carriage sets we can store, plus all our locos. And plus we've got a few carriage sets here. The pit area was built so that we can get under the trains and repair them rather than trying to get on our hands and knees. To do it, when you go down, you'll see the very tiny things. Everything's in miniature, including all the connectors. There's no space in there. Little hands are good. Big hands are bad. Very messy, very greasy, dusty. So you're welcome to, well, perhaps not fiddle too much, but you put your hand under there and get mucky, so just be warned. Try not to roll the carriages. They will cut your finger off. All right, it's deadly serious. These weigh, a carriage is 300 kilos. If I put 5 adults in it at 80 kilos each, I've got a 700 kilo carriage. If I put 6 carriages on a train, I've got 4.2 tonnes. I've got an engine that's over 1.5 tonnes at the front. I've got a 6-tonne train. I can run double length, so I've got a 10-tonne train. That's a lot of weight, a lot of momentum, and it will cut fingers off. No dramas. You can derail it. I think an arm would probably derail it, but you'd lose your arm. So these are they're not miniature toys. These are deadly serious. They will cut things off. So we're going to have a look under the train. There is a grate here. Just watch out for the grate. A couple of stairs. So for, yeah, it will hurt your head, so, and just the rest of you come up here and we'll show you a few things. So this is, I'll just come up and look, this is exactly the same both ends, so just come up, let the other guys have a look. Take my head off so I can do it. So these are our carriages. We run extra heavy duty springs, wheels, because of the track kilometres that we do. A lot of the standard miniature railways that run once a month will have a lot lighter duty equipment on there. Because we run so often, this stuff here is heavy duty. It's all air brakes, so every carriage has got an air cylinder, which you pressurise. When the driver applies there's a compressor in the engine that fills these up so that air. When the driver applies the brake, the air goes. I want to show you the brake cylinders at the other end. Brakes. Yeah. The brakes get pushed.
Air gets applied, it pushes.
Brakes push it out, applies the brakes, stops the train. If you put the brakes on, you can't move the train. Right, even if you've got the engine going full bore and stop. They release the brakes, the air comes out, you can then move the train again. The guard's got a completely separate brake system, still uses the same brakes, but he's got a separate air supply, so the guard can stop the train, should there be a leak. The driver can't stop it, or misses a signal that doesn't hit the guard, asks him to stop the train. The guard can stop the train, no dramas. So this is a stock standing carriage. Everybody put his fingers around. You can actually move this whole set. No fingers out, no fingers in there. So I can move it. That's several times. It's easy to move it. Very well balanced. They will roll really quickly, really easily. The downside of that is as soon as you get a slight slope, even the slightest angle they're off. The slightest angle. Even though you might think it's flat, let them stop and it's very hard. So we always tell the people here to move them really, really slow. Don't get them going too fast, because you then can't stop. And that's where things get a bit sad. Yeah, there's if you wanted to have a look at the between the carriages, Andrew, show them between the carriages at that end. Half you can come down here and half you can go up there.
What are we showing?
I was just going to show the pipes and the couplings. Yeah, just show them what's there. So if you want to come in and stand in front. So we've got obviously the safety chains, so that if the coupler breaks, we're okay. We've got brakes for the guard, brakes for the driver, and the air hose. So they're how they're all connected up.
Main res and brake.
Main res and brake, yeah. They're cross-connected, so the front left is always the main res. Turn the carriage, the front left is the main res.
Yeah, on the upside, yeah.
Which is why they cross over.
Yeah.
But also it crosses therefore over underneath. So it goes left to right, one side to the other, and then under the train it does the same. So the pipes go
Crossing over.
main res, or the pipes go from left to right under the train, and then between the trains they go from left to right. So they cross over all the way down the train twice. And that's so that you've always got the couplings in exactly the same position the whole way down the train. And you're not having to think, oh, now I've got to go over on this one, but straight through on that one. And, but you can see underneath, you'll be able to see some very, very tiny piping. And when you get a pipe failure, which we do have, you've got to replace a pipe. So you've got to find the right, where it's burst. You've then got to pull it out, cut a new piece, feed it back in. Very, very fiddly. The beauty with the carriages is, and all of them, because they're all handmade, and there'll be 20 bolts, 18 bolts will be exactly the same. The other two will be completely different to each other. Right, and I kid you not. So something that's simple, you'll find finally get the right spanner, you'll go along and you'll get to the end and it'll be a wrong spanner, and you have to go and find another spanner. You do that bolt and then you go, it's another spanner again. And you're going to have to go third spanner. So something that should take 10 minutes takes 40, because you've got to keep getting different spanners and trying to work out which one is. Happens all the time. It's all because it's handmade, made with love, and usually whatever they grab when they're making it out of their patch of box of things, that's what they use. So it's always a little bit of fun.
And that power laid down.
The powlet's a bell lead.
Oh, yeah.
So the bell, the driver to the guard has got a bell. You can bing in the back, the driver can hear it.
Yeah.
A lot of us are getting old whistles.
Yeah.
Plus, if you're actually sitting near an engine and you've got noise,
Yeah.
it can be a lot harder to hear. Yeah, come around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll have a quick chat about engines. You can go over it. Right, so we've got about 4 main engine types that we run here. There are some other ones, but these are the four main ones. We've got what they call the hydraulic diesel. Diesel engine, runs a hydraulic pump, drives the wheels. We are trying to repair today. Have a word with Pat. He's deaf as a post. He won't hear it. 2 minutes. Sorry, guys. So diesel hydraulic, as I said, hydraulic runs the wheels. They're very easy to drive. You sit in there, you push the lever forward, the train goes forward. You pull the lever back, it slows down, and you go in reverse, you push it goes backwards. Really easy. You don't even need brakes to stop the train. They're the first ones we learn on. They're very boring because there's no challenge. Second most common one is the petrol electric. So that's got a petrol engine drives an electrical generator that drives the wheels. That's a challenging engine because unlike the diesel hydraulic, when you put the power on, you get it. With the petrol electric, you put the power on, it's got to spin up a dynamo, that's got to go through there's a lag. So if you suddenly decide you need power, you're going to lose a lot because I need it now. Hydraulic, give it to me. Petrol electric, yeah, it's coming. And so you go, oh dear, I've slowed down too much. Similarly, you take the power off, it goes, okay, yep, thanks, I'll get round to it.
Yeah, okay.
It lags. So it slows down before you get the power coming off. So then you go, shit, I've got to pull the brakes on to slow down because I've gone too fast. Well, brakes are not instant on trains because it's got to go all the way down the train. There's a delay as the brakes get applied, as the air pressure builds up down the train.
I mean, you don't want to leave.
And then you go, I've lost too much power, take it off. Well, the brakes are still on. It takes time for the brakes to come off. So there's a lag when driving petrol electrics. It's a lot more challenging than just a straight hydraulic. Hydraulic, I want to stop, I want to go forward again, I just go forward. So they are an interesting challenge.
The hydraulics one still have brakes along the
They still have brakes,
yeah.
but you just tend not to.
Yeah.
You don't need to. You can in an emergency,
Yeah.
but you tend not to need it. And again, they still take time to build up,
Yeah.
which is why you hardly need it. We've got the electric ones, which are battery powered. We've just saw a couple in there. Is there any in that one? Down there? No, they're out. There's the first row on the inside. There's the electric ones, and then we've got steam. They're our main four. We've got some other different ones around.
This one pedal powered?
Hand powered. We've got other ones around, but they're the odd ones out, so we don't need to cover those off. But they're fine. Go down and have a look at some steamers that we've got. These are full steam engines, so they actually use steam pressure to drive. Just a couple up the other side. Yeah. Yeah, up the side. Come up both sides, have a go around, have a look. Yeah, wander up, have a look. I can stand back here. Actually, I can stand in front of you and talk so you can see. How's that for a deal? Just go through and have a look. Yep, you can jump up the other side. So these are full steam. So they've got the firebox, water that they boil up with the fire. Gives you the steam pressure to run the engine. We use these things called honey bricks, which aren't coal, but they're similar. So these are the honey bricks. Just buy them at Bunnings. The coal gives a lot hotter burn. Gives you a lot more pressure in the coal, but it's a lot. You can tell the difference when these ones are in. There's no smoke. Put the coal in there, and you're getting flames and sparks and stuff coming out. So it's a lot hotter.
A lot more expensive.
A lot more expensive. To learn to drive one of these, you have to be at least a driver for at least a year on the other trains, because with these your head's down all the time. You're looking at water gauges, you're feeding the fire, you're controlling all these little levers to make it operate. Your head's down a lot. You're not looking up at the signals as much, so you have to know the track very well. So you have to have a year driving trains before they'll teach you this. You don't have to learn to drive this if you want to. But this is the more complex sets to go. We've got this one here, Tom Thumb. We've got Joyce. We're building another one behind us. It takes a couple of years to build an engine. And then we've got Pauline right at the front, which is an American one. Not quite sure we've got an American engine here, but we have. We do have the old one that's not Victorian Railways, but we do try and keep Victorian Railways as a general theme. Is that one open at the front though? You can open it up here. This one's open, there you go. You can have a look inside.
How often do you normally run a steam engine?
Sorry?
How often do you run a steam engine?
Main challenge we've got is having to qualify people
Yeah.
to drive them. We run them on every day except profile rounds.
Yeah. But
It's a matter of having certified qualified people, yeah. We are getting more people trained through them. We had over COVID and all the rest, we lost a bit of momentum there, and that's taken some time to build back up. We've got new training people in now, training manager in, so we're getting the training done a little bit better, but it's a process going through there. So we're getting people that are now been driving for a year or so and are ready to. As we've also got our crane we're currently using this year. It'll lift 2 tonnes, which is hideously near our engines. And again, you know, these are 1.5, 2 tonnes, and we'll stand back and look at it. So you appreciate the other one in front of them.
No.
They will hurt. They will hurt. Yeah, this one's just being built at the moment, so. It's getting built. There you go. That's it. That'll look like this one here. It's going to be very difficult. Look, it takes 2 years. An engine has got $40,000 worth of parts in them, and 2 years of labour of love. If you want to buy one new, we'll buy one 120, 150,000. Would be a rough ballpark figure for an engine. Carriages are about maybe 10 grand each, but the engine's about 150 buying it. So a lot of care, attention, but everything's bespoke. So there is no standard. What's the standard? This or that or the other. There isn't. There's a wheel width and a length. That's it. You know, basically. So everything is bespoke. People will go to extreme lengths to design and build them, to the point of they will actually go down, measure up the proper carriage or engine or whatever they're building. Then they'll scale it down mathematically, build it, and then all of a sudden they'll go, ooh, what's the distance of the handrail to the door? They'll go back out again, they'll measure the handrail to the door, they'll scale it down so that it looks fits in. The challenge is then you've got to put the person in the train. So you have to compromise a little bit because the person has to be able to get in there, a real sized person without scaling them down. So there is that challenge, but we do try and keep the scale down. They're not always perfect. Sometimes you scale them down, they look silly. So you have to scale them up a bit.
This is an upside down diesel electric locomotive bogie. Obviously wheels and axles you can see, but there's also an electric motor in the middle, and that's how they connect to the axles.
Yeah.
Chains.
Chains. Drive the generator drives the cog that drives the chains. That's how you get the power on. Hopefully the brakes on this. This is unbraked. This one.
No, brakes
No, here it brakes on the outside. Brakes on the outside. There you go. Everything's good. You can pick up one of these there. Apart from being dirty, you can feel the weight on them. So our running is a lot heavier duty for the track. We're doing some of the track races. Feel free to watch out of Heavy? No, that's all right then. Yeah, slight one.
This is like
Oh well, I'm weak. I'm weak.
Oak timber looks heavy.
Is that heavier?
So, yeah.
There we go. I picked up the wrong one. Try the heavy one.
That one.
Heavier? All right,
A
good.
little bit heavier.
Ah, yeah. All right, we'll wander out. One thing I'll mention is the paperwork we all love here. Come through, guys. We'll just come through here.
Hey, quick, you have to do.
Going to mention the paperwork we love. Everything's checklisted. So before we take it out, we have to run through an engine checklist, hook it up, run a carriage checklist, get it signed off before we can take passengers out. We've got checklists to start the start of day, closing up the whole thing. So it's all checklisted. We keep them as a registrar of all the things that have happened in the day, and it's all to do with insurance. But you know, if something goes wrong, we can go, we've checked everything, it all ticked off. Something went wrong, but we've done all we can. So. These are some of our electric battery operated ones along here. Normally there's some in there as well. Just hang on this side. We've got an engine, we've got a carriage set hidden away somewhere, so we're going to have to go and get it. So I'll need a couple of people to help me push the turntable. Jump in. Don't get injured. So we never pull, we always push. So if someone else wants to jump in on the other side, you can, a couple of you can jump in. Yeah, go on. You've got to push it a couple of times because we've got an engine. So give it a little push. We want to put the thing up here on 22 road. If you like the terminology, 22 road. Okay, keep coming, keep coming. Up. Give it a clip in. Come on, clip it in for me. So we always clip it in so we can't move it. We're going to back that in here and then we'll move it around to, what do you want to move it around? No, we'll move it around, Andrew. I'll move it around. B or C or B or D or what do you want? Alright, we'll move it around. One of our trusty engines. Take reserve for me. So. Always comes with a coffee cup.
Now this is about to get loud.
It's about to get loud,
You know what
guys.
Robin
Yeah.
says.
Just wind out.
Got you around the front here.
It's going to get a bit noisy. Need another push, some other volunteers to push.
Now this time it's a lot heavier.
That's a push, not a pull. That much fun. We don't bring that in. All right. So we need someone to come down. So we need a couple of you come down. You can all come down, but just be watching of the. It's a bit up and down, guys. Come over this side for a minute. It's going to come down here. Down here. Where's this track set? Because I want to go up to the, where do I want to go? I want to go up to where that blue carriage set is. So what have I got to change to get to that blue carriage set? If he's coming back here,
Yeah,
that one looks good. That one looks good. Stay there, they're weighted, so they'll stay there. Yeah, you're good. So you watch that lever, it'll pop up. It'll stay down. Get over. All right. So let's make a space and he'll come through and we'll drag it out. Actually, what we'll do, yeah, we'll just stay here whilst we drag it out and then we'll go and set it all up for us. So I've just got to go and do some manly things, crane things.
pull it out and roll around.
Yeah, pull around and get into the other end.
Yeah.
So once you pull it out, I'll check it out. Not much room, but we got it in. Pretty tight, it's a lot of set. You often see people when they come here for the first few times, they go, oh, I want to disconnect a carriage or something like that. So I pull it all the way out and then they go, oh shit, it's all at the wrong end and I've got to do that. And you can't do big set, you just move it to the side and you've got to think it all through before you do it. It's quite funny on the first few days when they're learning, all of a sudden stuff's all over the place and you go, what have you done? You know, you haven't thought that through, have you? They go, oh, no. So it takes a little while to get into it. You have to think ahead in steps. Otherwise you end up with things in the wrong spot and engines back to front.
More railway racing.
You can't just put it up. So if the engine's back to front, the guy's going to drive backwards the whole way around and they go, oh. So I've got to make sure I'm pacing it the right way on the turntable before I take it off or anything else. It's all a bit of fun. A bit of a challenge. So he's going to come back on one of these two roads here. Oh, we've got to wait for another train. Because we're operating, we're going to have trains coming in. Like delays at times. It's just the way it is. So we learned some signals. There's a couple of signals we have to learn. That's stop. That's jump. That's stop. This means not go forward and come towards me. If I want this to go forward and he's sitting at that end of the train, so doing that means come forward's a problem. This means come towards you, that means go away. Then you're just doing it from the perspective of the driver sitting there watching the person who says, means go away from it. It doesn't matter which one it faces, go away from it. Obviously that's stop, and then just couple up. So we learn those as part of when we're done.
I said, pen out right away. Good pen out right away.
So he's going to come up here in a minute. We'll walk up, we'll connect it up, shall we? So let's go and connect up. So jump on both sides so we can have a look.
Alright, everyone. Sorry, we'll need you on the other side because we're going to cut this carriage section.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, guys.
So you just jump up the front so you can have a look what we're doing. Just jump up in front so you can see.
Robin from Andrew, can you hear me? Can you just remind them of the running line behind them?
Yeah, watch the line behind you.
The line right behind you is a running line, not the one that you're standing on, but the one right behind that, so don't step back. So the couplers will lock in place with a pin. So to couple up, we'll just pull the pin out and that'll jump out, and we'll now be able to bring that engine in, connect the two in, they'll lock in place. And we've got some safety chains we apply, so that if the couplers break, we don't fall, the train doesn't run away.
I was too busy watching these guys.
Right, so
Just quickly, Rob, can you see me before you go home today?
yeah.
Thanks.
I hope. I remember. We track where all the trains are through the light. So as a train hits the circuit or hits that section of track, it creates an electrical short circuit between the two rails, and that causes the lights here to come on, so we can track where the train is as it goes around the circuit, which is very unique. Most railways won't have that level of sophistication. That's mainline stuff. We've also got all the signalling system here. What's it?
80 levers.
80 levers.
Plus our separate Nilambic panel.
So then we'll get us 80 levers here, plus another 13 or something up there. The reds are the signals, and you can see that they match the red signals up here. You've got black for points, so they will move the points. And if they're what we call facing points, so we talked a bit about facing points where the train is going forward over the points, then we'll lock them with a blue lever so that the points can't move as the train goes over. If you move them at speed, you can flip the points, and that will cause the train to go one way and the other half of the train to go the other way. So we lock those points in. So again, that's quite a sophisticated setup here.
Now, can someone pull 54 out for me?
54? No, 54. You need to pull the lever at the back. Yep.
And pull it.
Yep. Is it locked?
And yep, that's in. And you see over there that
this little disc here.
that disc over there came off, and that's let that train come out and go past over here, and you'll see it appear on the track diagram just here
As it moves back.
as it moves back.
Someone's moving forward here.
Yes, and Andrew's moving back
So
forward.
we'll see.
Okay, and then someone you all Kathy, can you please come down?
Yeah, the track off here on in the side isn't circuited, but the rest of it is. So they have to just
No way. Oh, 879.
We've also got what they call interlocking,
Okay. Oh, they're there.
which means
Yeah.
you can't move signals or can't move levers that will cause a conflicting route. So if we've got the path set to come out here and across, you can't set this to green. You physically can't move the lever. I don't know if we've got anything locked at the moment.
Everything through here should be locked.
So have a little, you can't move it. Okay. So you can't, so that obviously wouldn't cause a dangerous move. You know, if I pulled it, whatever it is, it could cause a dangerous move. So it will stop you physically setting a route that's dangerous. And that's all had to be thought out ahead of time. What moves are,
Right. Is there anything I need to?
I got Michael.
Because this needs two people to run, we put a computer program in, come down and look at the computer program. Put a computer program in, does the same thing, but one person can operate the whole thing.
If you want to have a look, I can also pull it up on.
There we go.
Oh,
So we've got the, that's just part of the circuit, we've got the whole circuit here. That's the train as it goes around, so we know that that's the D2 as it's going around. These will be shunting engines or something going through here. Yeah, D84, so we can see where the train is as it's going around, we know what the train is. This can be run by one person, a lot less fun. Because if you want to put a train from this line over here or something, you just go click, click, up, and it goes chunk, 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 stop, 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 points, green light. Here you'd have to go, stop that, put that here, pull that there, put that one over there, stop that over there. So it's a lot more fun,
no.
but you need more people doing it. If you've got, if the trains are just running around the circuit, we don't do anything. There's nothing to be done, they just sit there. Gets busy when they want to come off, go on, break down, run in reverse, go into a siding, whatever.
That's good. Big system.
Both.
Oh, they all match
Here,
signals.
when we're running as many
Go
trains
back to green, but other signals won't.
Just a second, Andrew.
There we are.
Can we have a volunteer?
someone go for 48,
Yeah.
and that's going to
And you
see
can see, oh sorry, over there, there's a signal that's cleared.
move.
And they're going to move that train set up and into the carriage head.
Oh, yeah.
They have to know what they're doing. I haven't got a clue. Honestly, no. You have to be a fully qualified driver for a year before you can learn how to do this. This is a Microsoft Excel front end and macros in the background. We had the story goes that we were doing a tour and somebody became extremely excited at this point and started taking photos and asking questions. I said, "Why are you so interested?" He said, I'm the head of the Microsoft Excel test team in San Francisco. The boys are not going to believe it." So, yeah, that's what his job was, and he was like, "I can't believe anyone's done it." He set that all up. So it's a reasonable setup. Probably the most
Alex, Johnny's in the tower. He'll facilitate your request.
There are bells between the signal boxes. We do have a second signal box.
900 to fade up.
Alright, we're going to head out, go for a train ride. 300 miles an hour, Bill. I don't know, that's the speed limit. Yeah, these are very popular. We have a lot of people use people with walking sticks and elderly. Yeah, we have a lot of people do
I didn't realise that was it. It looked like a load.
One in front of me. Goes down. No, I mean, the floor doesn't want
We're about to go. Paperwork issue. Like the aeroplane.
Welcome to the Darling Valley Railway. For your safety, please remain seated whilst on the train. Keep your hands and arms inside the carriage. Do not stand up, lean out, or rock the carriages.
All right, we'll pop out and have a quick look around the original Ridgewood there. What we're going to do is go over and have a look just at the workshop area. We are crossing that 5-line range and everything a bit rough, so just be
get all signals to stop and permission to cross. Okay, we have permission to cross.
beautiful. Oh, watch out, here we go. We're just going to sneak across here, guys. Thank goodness they've never screamed in tunnel. No, not wander in, we'll have a look. Yeah, Bill here's built them for the rail trains. Me, I've bent about one track of it. So this is where we build our track. It comes, you can see down at the behind you there on the bottom, there's a long straight stretch of rusting rail. That's the stock standard track that we buy. If we want to shape it, which we do for curves and we're building some points and crossovers. First of all, I have to work out what the radius of it is, and we've got different size radius templates here, which we'll put on the bench. We'll get that piece of rail, I'll put that on the bench between this beast of a thing here. The rail will go through there.
This is as old as it looks. So like that, push it in.
Push it in here, and then we'll have a template here, and then you just use brute force to bend it into shape. Then you move it
So a curve isn't a curve.
Then you
it's
move
a
it
series
here.
of straights.
Then you move it here. Then you move it here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this metre. So we have to go and bend each one to the shape before we can do it. This thing weighs, you're welcome to come and lift it up. Once
Is
you,
this one actually heavy?
yeah. Once you've bent it, it stays bent.
So the
Station Hunter, you will have 25.
rail itself weighs 5 kilograms per metre.
6 kilos a metre. 6 kilos a metre, you can pick up a piece of rope.
Not for a 15 metre.
It always 5 for him.
But this is the
Weighs
old
6
rail, which was 14 pounds
a
per
yard.
yard.
So we've got, yeah, basically it's 6 kilos a metre. It's the Japanese light rail quality. So plastic, compressed plastic. We'll bolt them.
Like that. So they used to be hardwood, but the termites eat them. If anyone wants it,
Smack on. I would be hoping so. That'd be a disaster.
So you need
that's
to
how you can check your
fabricate
gauge.
So yeah, they'll roll it around, make sure it doesn't come off.
So you fabricate all your own points and everything.
Yep. Same here.
All the points and corners get built here.
All bits and pieces. Generally, it's all just sort of bits and pieces. We send them off and get cut, or we hand cut them ourselves.
So yeah, you have to think it all through and have the plan all drawn up before you start to build, so that you know what you're doing. Or you guess.
We do have some 5-inch track for not members here, which is this. It's 5-inch.
So most of our track, pretty well all our track is 7.25. We've got a small section of 5-inch track. We're actually going to be
Building some more.
extending some 5-inch track around just next to the clubhouse as a bit of a fun run area. But we're predominantly 7.25 inch the whole way around. Some other railways will have both, but we don't. Push it around, running it. Running it. Can if you want to, Bill. We do
Well,
have
something public never see.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. We've got some work wagons that. So these are some of our wagons that we use just in maintenance. We've got a super sucker here that we can suck all the leaves up off. Oh, you got to run away.
It's all right.
We had to do some on the Avenue of Honour. Bill organised to redo the retaining wall there. We got some concrete cement mixer. We put linings in here, backed it up to the road. They just poured the concrete into the back of the truck. And the cement mixer guy is just standing there going, I've never done this before in my life. I'm going to have to tell the wife. So pretty unique to have the train carry it around. We had some fencing guys, did a lot of fencing work. We just stuck it all in here, drove it around, chucked it off the back as they said, drop it here. And they're like, it just saved us hours of carting, We just put it on the train, take it around. Otherwise they go, one.
Light wagons.
So we can carry fence posts and things on them. So these are things that most aren't certified to run in public running. We can run them, but they're not certified to run on public running days. So we're hoping to put together a train that is certified to run in public running, not for passengers, but we're just for show, and then we'll run this around when we've got some spare capacity and people will be able to see a goods train going around. You know, can stick stuff on here and make it look like it's impressive. But yeah, we need to get them all certified up to a set standard.
Train coming.
Coming through, so you can stand back.
pay them, we hope. Well, there's paperwork. So we would have to fill in paperwork, explain it all, have an investigation, and somebody smack me on the wrist. If we do it too many times, we actually lose our lose rights to drive until we've been certified again.
Lucky.